let's talk about something a little different. It's very, very simple, subtracting vectors. Basically, when subtracting vectors is exactly the same as when adding vectors, except for the fact that the subtraction of a vector is equal to the addition of its negative. And I'll demonstrate what we want to do real quickly. We'll have vector A here, and then let's say we want to do vector A minus vector B. So if we have another vector, B, say we put it right here, as demonstrated previously, if we wanted to add these vectors, not subtract them, we could simply draw a resultant vector from the tail of the first to the tip of the final vector. But since we're subtracting them, we could say A is plus the negative of vector B. So in this case, vector B would extend at 180 degrees to what it originally was. And we could simply do as before. So in this case, our resultant, we're going to say that this is equal to R, would simply be drawn from the tail of vector A to the tip of the negative vector B. So that's pretty simple. Now let's talk about another very simple concept, but a very important one, multiplying a vector by a scalar. So when multiplying a vector by a scalar, we have to be careful because vectors and scalars do not describe the same physical quantities as we discussed before, but it still is very simple to do. Say we have some vector, let's call it vector P right here, and we want to multiply this vector. Say we want to multiply this vector by 2. So we want to do 2 times vector P. All we have to do is add vector P 2 times. And as we discussed before you can simply add vector P, putting the tail of the next vector at the tip of the first one, and draw your resultant vector, vector R. So pretty simple. Just make sure not to get vectors and scalars confused.